Okay, let's talk about coaching. The fix-all, cure-all of leadership, right? Wrong. So I'm a big fan of coaching. The problem is when people are too big fans of stuff and concepts, is that they try to apply it to everything. Coaching is majestic. It's really, really good. It can help a lot. But only if you know when to apply it, when to leverage it. And for that, you need to ask yourself, who is responsible? If it's the other person's responsibility, then you coach. If it's your responsibility, then you manage. And if it's the collective responsibility of the two of you, then you lead. Now, let's clarify a little. So if someone comes to me with something that is obviously my responsibility, as their leader or as their peer, as their colleague, if it's my responsibility, then I will not engage in coaching. I will instead say, listen, this is my responsibility. And then I have to explain what is not negotiable about this situation. So for example, if someone tells me that they have like a really good flow feeling and they don't want to interrupt it by creating the TPS report that I need for my job and for my quality purposes, or handing in their expenses before the 19th because they feel that it's okay if they hand it in the 22nd, 23rd. Is that okay with you? You don't coach. You tell them what's not negotiable, what's within your boundaries of decision-making power here. That this is not something we fuzz about. They need to be in by the 19th, or they need to be handed in, or their project budget needs to be in this format. That's not negotiable. My responsibility, I call it. And if it's your responsibility, totally, I will coach the shit out of the situation. I will give you no exact answer, even if I know it. And that could be a challenge in its own, is that when you know that it's your responsibility and you know the answer yourself and you're thinking, do I need to coach him or her? I could just tell them to do it like this. The problem with that is that if you tell people, so if you manage when you're really supposed to coach, then they will come back to you with smaller and smaller issues, and then suddenly one day you're wondering, why do they ask me these shitty small things? Why do they keep coming to me with these small items of decision that they should be able to do themselves? Because you've trained them. You've trained them to be helpless by managing them when they're supposed to be coached. So if it's our collective responsibility, then you should address that and say, this is our responsibility together, our shared responsibility. So let's focus on what's our collective mission and brainstorm together and make decisions together. So even if I'm their superior, if it's our shared responsibility, then we talk about it together and we make the decisions together. So those are the three different perspectives. If it's their responsibility, then we coach. If it's our responsibility, then I lead and we discuss it together and we make decisions together. And if it's only my responsibility, then I have to explain what is not negotiable and manage. So manage, lead, coach. Practice that when you get a phone call from a coworker. Practice that when you get stopped in a hallway, so that you get better at just sorting out what kind of situation is this? Whose responsibility is it?